Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited that you're here. I am completing a layout using Where to Next by Vicki Boutin, and this is a layout that's going to be going into my Hawaii album. We took this photo, we put Hawaii 2023, kind of wrote it in the sand, and I'm going to use this photo as my opening page to my layout. So I hope you enjoy the process. We're going to be doing some simple mixed media on the background, and then from there it's actually going to be a pretty simple layout. I did make some embellishments using some dies and cut out some frond leaves, and then everything else I do believe comes from the ephemera pack from the collection. So if there is any of this collection left over in my little scrapbook store, I will leave links to it below. I think this collection is pretty hard to find at this point, but if there's anything left, I will let you know and I'll leave the links below. So I'm going to do just a vertical design and using that kind of map paper for the center of my layout. And then I'm going to tear, I believe I tear a piece off of both sides of that sun paper coming out of either side of um, that center kind of column. And just was telling you there that I wanted to make sure there was white core showing. So when you do that, you want to make sure you're tearing with the side you want up. Like you want to see up and then tear down. You'll get the white core. So I'm going to add a little bit of stenciling coming out from either sides of this kind of column I've got built here. And I'm testing out some inks and some stencils here to see which one I decide to go with. And that first one was a Catherine Pooler stencil. The second one was a Picket Fence stencil. And then the third one is a Vicki Boutin stencil. And this is a huge tip I do all the time is I always sample my stencil on some scratch paper and then kind of hold it up to see if I like it. Number one, I get to see if I like the look of the stencil. Two, I like to see if I like the color of the ink. And so that's kind of one of my little tips of doing that. I think I'm using peacock feathers here for my stenciling. I guess I still have not figured out which stencil I'm going to use yet. I know which one I'm going to use, but you'll find out here in just a bit. Spoiler alert, I end up using the Vicki Boutin stencil. So I'm marking on my page with just a little bit of pencil to kind of show where I want the stenciling to go so that I don't have it go too far and then I don't stencil behind all of that paper where it's going to be covered up. So I'm going to be doing two things. I'm going to be stenciling with that Distress Oxide Peacock ink first, and then I'm going to follow it up with, I believe, with the SteaFoam stencil butter from the Crafter's Workshop. And that just adds a little bit more texture to your stenciling, and I really, really love it. So that's what I'm doing here. We're going to do that, I believe, on both sides of that column. So, and the one thing about this stencil butter is it does dry pretty quickly. So I don't know why I left that little center area blank. I guess we'll have to see because I don't have the layout in front of me. And I made this layout quite a while ago. I think I've told you guys before, I just recently started filming with a webcam instead of my phone. And I got a new computer and I'm doing all of my voiceover or all my editing on iMovie on my computer now. And it has been a challenging transition for me. Even though it's the same program, the layout of it and everything is very much different from the phone. It's a little more detailed, a lot more options. So my videos are taking far longer to edit than normal. So I apologize for the slowness of my, my work coming out onto YouTube, but that is definitely why. All right, I'm adding some little sprinkles. Well, I guess I decided I wasn't going to do my stenciling all the way up and down. I didn't remember this part. Once we get this part done, honestly, y'all, it is going to go by super quickly. So I'm going to add a few embellishment clusters and the title, and then that's going to be it. I have noticed lately that I am not using white cardstock as my background as much. I feel like I'm using more like ledger paper or like a something with a pattern on my background, and that is a little bit interesting to me that I've changed that about my design. And looking at this one with the white background, I really need to start going back to doing more white background. So I'm going to challenge myself to do that. So I'm thinking now that I'm seeing my embellishment cluster that I must have had already had a plan of where my embellishment cluster was going to go. And maybe that's why I didn't stencil there. I'm not really sure. But I love all of these florals and everything in this collection. I also probably fussy cut some flowers out of the pattern paper. And I really love how this comes together. Um, if you guys don't mind, I would love for you to hit the like button on the channel. That really helps for this video to kind of get shared with other people. It helps the algorithm in some way. And I would love for you to do that. So if you like the video, hit that like button so that we can get more people to see this. And if you're not subscribed, I would love for you to subscribe. I'm really trying hard to get more videos out, and I recently joined a new group where I'll be doing a monthly hop with the May I Scrap Lift You girls. So I'm super excited to be joining in on that, and hopefully that will kind of get me a little bit into this a little bit more now that I'm learning my program a little bit. So let's see what we got going on next. Did you see all those papers? Oh my gosh, they're so pretty. This is such a fun collection by Vicki Boutin. Looking at the sticker sheet to see if I can find anything, and I can't remember what I do for my title. I love that little sign that says like different things that you might find on a tropical island, like maybe in a cruise or something. We didn't see any of those in Hawaii, but did I do hello? I didn't think I used any of those big words, but I love the big words so much. I did not use vacay because I do remember the layout I used for vacay in my Hawaii album. And I think I use Rome, maybe? Anyway, I am going to let y'all watch this on fast forward with a little bit of music. Yes, Time to Roam. I love that title because this, like I said, was the first page of my Hawaii album. And yeah, we were ready to roam. We were ready to explore. And so I love that title. Oh, this is a little trick. That is, I wanted my embellishments to stay where they were. And so I used a little bit of press and seal to pick up my embellishments. Now I'm going to add glue to them, and I'm going to add adhesive to my photo too, I bet. If not, I'll add my photo later. But yep, adhesive to my photo. Now I'm going to lay it down where I want it, and everything's going to stay in place. I love, love, love this trick. And so often, you guys, I forget to do it. So this was another reminder for me watching this video to continue using that press and seal in that way. Such a wonderful way, because I am one that I lay out all of my embellishments first, make sure I like it, and then glue it down. And sometimes it is so hard to get your embellishments glued down to where you like them in the first place. So I'm going to finish up by adding the title. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I will have more coming up soon. If you have not shopped at my little scrapbook store before, feel free to use my code. It's TISAREF, and you will get 10% off your entire first order with shopping with them. They do live sales, which is a little bit different than a lot of the stores, online stores. They do have an online store as well, but the live sales are super fun, and you get to kind of see things a little bit more in person. And so I would highly recommend getting the My Little Scrapbook Store app and joining their Facebook group, because you will get notifications of all of the lives and everything, and be able to join in on some of the sales and meet some lovely, lovely ladies. Also in the Facebook group, there's lots of inspiration, so check that out below as well. I hope y'all have a wonderful day, and I hope you come back again. Thanks, guys. Y'all, I almost forgot. I ended up making a background page for another layout while I had this one out, and I happened to film it on the same video as this one. So I want to give you a quick peek at this layout, at this background page that I made, and you will see the rest of the process in another video coming up. But I made a 12 by 12 sunburst with this 6 by 8 stencil by Simple Stories. So take a look here. It was super easy. I used a couple of inks, I think Spiced Marmalade and probably, I want to say mustard seed. Yes, mustard seed, and then Abandoned Coral. So those are the three inks that I used, and you'll see how you can use these 6 by 8 stencils and well, this one in specifically, you can rotate it so that you can make a whole like 12 by 12 layout. So I'm starting with mustard seed. Nope. I'm starting with Abandoned Coral and mustard seed, I guess. And I'm going to kind of go out, or that's, oh my goodness, Spice Marmalade. I'm going to kind of go out from the center, it being darker. So using the orange and then with the yellow coming out. And I think I must go back in a little bit later with the Abandoned Coral. So here we are. Yep, I'm going in the very center to darken up Abandoned Coral. And then we're going to pick up the stencil. I'm not going to clean it or anything, and just kind of rotate it, right? And we're going to do this all the way around the page. And I absolutely love how this turned out. So you get the look of a 12 by 12 stencil, but you're only using a 6 by 12 stencil. So I'll let you watch the rest of this process, and that layout will be hopefully coming up soon. If I did not film that layout, I will leave a picture of it at the end of this video, because I can't remember if I filmed the process of that. So anyway, thanks for sticking around a little bit longer, guys. I hope y'all have a great day. Bye.